So, skill-based matchmaking has been a pretty heavy topic of debate lately in the gaming community because of the Black Ops Cold War Alpha having been recently released to PlayStation 4 for free for a few days. The alpha just ended recently today, actually, and I took some time to play it. I actually uploaded a My Thoughts video talking about my time with it in day one. I did go back and play it after having uploaded the video, and after having played it multiple times, at least the alpha version of it, yeah, I can definitely say that there is some sort of algorithm within this game that's affecting it in some way or another, because going from day one of the alpha for me to day two, it was like a completely different experience. So, going into it day one, I wasn't that good. I was actually pretty shitty because, for me, I'm used to playing games on keyboard and mouse, and just going back to controller on PlayStation 4 was like completely foreign to me now. It's just so weird to me, because when you get used to keyboard and mouse, going back to controller and playing a first-person shooter with one, it's such a weird feeling. But eventually I adjusted, and from there I held my own pretty well, but when I went back into the alpha day 2, I don't know what it was, but out of nowhere, the game went from being this casual, fun experience to just a complete and total fucking sweatfest. Like, everyone was playing like they were in a tournament winning $10,000. Like, Jesus Christ. Everyone is camping, everyone is bunny hopping, everyone is fucking, like spraying and praying, like, anything and everything you see happen, it's just, holy shit, it's like a different game altogether all of a sudden. And yeah, that convinced me there absolutely is some sort of algorithm here. There's no way a game just jumps like that in terms of skill. And if that's how skill-based matchmaking works going off of what people know about it, then yeah, I agree that it does need to be lowered down. I don't think it should be taken away completely because a developer for Treyarch said that skill-based matchmaking has always been in Call of Duty. And yes, while that may be true, skill-based matchmaking in those older games was nowhere near as strong as it is in the newer Call of Duty games, specifically Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War. Like, I do remember in the early Black Ops 2 days, in like the first few weeks of the game felt really weird, but after that, the game started feeling somewhat normal to play. Like, I guess that there was a really high level of skill-based matchmaking at that point, but the amount of complaining that it got eventually made Treyarch really lower it down. So, like, the fact that so many people were complaining about it then, and it went down, and the fact that so many people are complaining about it now to the point where it's trending on Twitter, that really does go to show that maybe skill-based matchmaking in its current form isn't as nice as people want it to be. Because on paper, it's a great idea. You're helping newer players adjust to the game better based on skill, and having the game be based on those sort of systems sounds nice in theory, but the problem is that it doesn't really work like that, at least based on personal experience. Instead, how it works is that the game goes from being casual fun, which is what I like in Call of Duty. To me, that's what COD has always been, even before Call of Duty 4 when the series was introduced to perks and kill streaks and create a class. Even before that, the series to me was always a casual, fun, arcadey sort of shooter. And when a game jumps from being casual fun to competitive esports, everyone's fucking sweating out of nowhere. Like, my hands were slightly sweating when holding my PS4 controller. When it makes that jump within a day, that to me is not fun. That to me goes from being fun to being stressful and anxiety-inducing. I don't want to feel anxious when I'm playing a multiplayer game like COD. I want to have casual fun. If I want to be anxious and being competitive, then that's what esports is for. That's what League Play is for. Black Ops 2 League Play. Anybody remember that? I'm sure many of you do. That was the perfect system in place. You want casual fun, you go to regular TDM 6v6. You want that competitive, really sweaty COD experience, you have League Play. Hell, Halo 3 handled this perfectly. You want that fun, casual experience, you got socials. You want that fun, competitive, anxiety-inducing experience, you've got the competitive playlists. Games have been doing this perfectly for years, but it's been fucked with lately, and unfortunately, it seems like a lot of it may not really be the game developers. Now, none of this is confirmed. None of this is confirmed, but see, there's theories going around, and this may be a bit tinfoil-ish, it may be a bit tinfoilish, and this is something I was talking about with a few friends in the Twitter DMs. And something that we brought up is how what the system does from the perspective of a publisher is, with the Battle Pass in place in Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019, how it works from the publisher's perspective is that the game is inherently designed with the system to figure out where you should be put in place, and when it does, you're put in pretty decent lobbies because it senses that you're a lower skilled player, but as you're getting better, it puts you in sweatier lobbies, and by buying microtransactions, that apparently puts you in easier lobbies because you're spending money on those microtransactions, which, honestly, if that's the case, I believe it, because there was a patent for this sort of thing put in place, like a few years ago by Activision, or something to do with a patent with the sort of system in their games. So, if this is the case, then that would not shock me at all. Not whatsoever, especially with Activision being Activision. If it's a way for them to make money, they're gonna make money. And even if it means making a frustrating experience for a decent amount of people in the community that are buying that game, then so be it. And because of how skill-based matchmaking makes the game sweatier, it just leads to people camping more, and just making the games more boring because of that. Like, camping is not fun. At least in my opinion, it isn't. I don't get how people find that shit fun. Just sitting down and just getting your kill streaks and letting them add up over time. That's fun to you? Sitting there in a corner and just letting people come to you and picking them off, just not even doing anything, but just sitting there? That's fun? And this also applies to any other game with skill-based matchmaking. Like, it just makes the game more frustrating. Like, again, this is just my personal experience. It just doesn't make the game fun, and the fact that it was trending on Twitter really does say a lot about that. Like, clearly, there's something wrong if this is such a controversial topic. And, of course, with this being the type of controversial topic that it is, you'll have plenty of people coming out with counter-arguments, completely missing the point, and looking at it from a black and white point of view. When, with this sort of controversial situation, it's a gray area. You know, you always have those contrarians with those condescending attitudes where they're like, gamers, am I right? Look at them, got 'em. You know, that's the sort of thing that happens a lot on Twitter, which it can be funny. It definitely can be funny at times, but it can also be very condescending when it feels like, whether it be purposely or unintentionally, a lot of these posts completely miss the point. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular, I just mean in general, you'll have a lot of condescending twats doing that sort of thing. Again, it's not all of them. There's plenty of funny, angry gamer tweets that go up that are a good laugh, but there's also plenty of annoying-ass ones that completely miss the point of what people have an issue with, and usually just end up talking out of their ass. And the counter-arguments to people's issue with skill-based matchmaking, or at least how it's viewed, like the way people are trying to counter it, definitely shows that. And it's whatever. You know, people are gonna say whatever they want. But it's the internet, and that's just how shit is. But at the end of the day, skill-based matchmaking, it definitely does need to be lowered. In my opinion, for the 100th time in this video, in my opinion, it definitely needs to be lowered down. Put it back down to the Black Ops 2 level. And if you want that sweat, you can go get met in League Play, baby. I mean, apparently they're bringing back League Play, according to rumors. And if that's the case, it's like, what the fuck's the point if the regular casual TDM lobbies are fucking League Play, basically? Like, what's the point of this different playlist if this regular playlist does the exact same thing? It's just, it's all fucking weird. Again, I'm not an expert on this, but if I'm playing something like COD, I want a casual fun experience. It's like putting skill-based matchmaking into Fall Guys. Like, Fall Guys, yes, it can work as a competitive game if you want to play it as that, but at its core, it's a fun, casual, very friendly for all type game. And if you were to put those types of skill-based matchmaking systems in the game, it's like, it just wouldn't make any fucking sense, and that's how I view it for COD, honestly. And that's all I wanted to say. But that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for future content coming soon, turn on the notification bell and set it to all notifications so that you hopefully get all videos, and I will see you all next time, but until then, I'm out. Later.